I call this hood Bible study. I know the name sound a little ghetto. Nah, we ain't compromising. I put it in perspective that anyone can understand, But everything we talk about gonna be biblical. We ain't gonna step on God's word, We gonna give you that straight drop. We gonna be reading from Genesis 19. This the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's a lot of podcasts that do a lot of gossiping. We call this Big Bait, because we got bigger fish to fry. Excuse me?
The two angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gateway of the city. When he saw them, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. "My lords," he said, "please turn aside to your servant's house. You can wash your feet and spend the night and then go on your way early in the morning." "No," they answered, "we will spend the night in the square." But he insisted so strongly that they did go with him and entered his house. He prepared a meal for them, baking bread without yeast, and they ate. Before they had gone to bed, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. They called to Lot, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them." Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him and said, "No, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have 2 daughters who have never slept with a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you like with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof." "Get out of our way," they replied. "This fellow came here as a foreigner, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them." They kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the men inside reached out and pulled Lot back into the house and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the door of the house, young and old, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. The 2 men said to Lot, "Do you have anyone else here? Sons-in-law, sons or daughters, or anyone else in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against its people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it." So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law, who were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, "Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. With the coming of dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished."
It just reminds me of times that we living in now when you want it for people, you want it better than they want it. When you come into revelation of how good God is and how much we need God, you just want that for everybody else. And it's sad, but the truth is everybody don't be ready to go. Everybody don't want what you want. So some people get left behind. And the worst part of, people being left behind, sometimes those people tend to be your friends, your family, you know what I'm saying? Some of those people that get left behind, we try so hard to take them with us, but they just don't want to go, because everybody ain't gonna want to go. I mean, even the people that have grace to go, they had the chance to leave. We talking about the people that had a good upbringing. Mama and daddy raised them right. They know right from wrong, but they still turn to the hood. They still turn to the streets. We talking about the people that's smart, but they throw it away to do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's people who got good education. They want to be a OnlyFans model. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a way out, but they don't want to take it. I'm talking about people who had good jobs, you know what I'm saying, but don't want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? They want to steal. They want to rob. I'm talking about, I do street interviews where I go to talk to people, and I'm talking about people have told me with their own mouth that, I got family. They tell me, I don't want to go to my family. I chose to be out here in these streets. I chose to live this life because I want to use drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. We want what's best for them. We love them. We love them so much till we almost get left behind trying to help them make it. You know what I'm saying?
When he hesitated, the men grasped his hand and the hands of his wife and of his 2 daughters and led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them.
When Lot hesitated, if it wasn't for the Lord being merciful to Lot, he would have got left behind too. Now, I'm talking about this the same man who was spared. He was spared because he loved the Lord. How we know he loved the Lord? Because when the angels came into town, he bowed down before them. He invited the angels in. He cooked for them. He insisted that they stayed the night. I mean, they was like, nah, we gonna chill in the city. We straight. He like, nah, please, y'all come stay with me. And the reason why we really know he loved the Lord, because he was willing to give his 2 virgin daughters. When the dudes from the streets knocked on his door, like, yeah, let me get those 2 mans from out of town. He like, nah, bro, don't do this. He was finna give his 2 virgin daughters in place for the angels. How many people you know gonna get their daughters up? It ain't too many. So you know he loved the Lord. So he was already saved by his faith and God's grace and mercy. So when they told him, look, man, you good. Because of what you done for us, how good you been, we gonna spare you. Get up out of here. Take your family. Take your people with you. So he go to his sons-in-law. You know what I'm saying? His daughters and his son-in-law. Come on, y'all. We got to get up out here. You know they finna destroy the whole town. His sons-in-law laughing, man. Man, father-in-law tripping, man. Man, ain't nothing gonna happen to us. We good, man. What he talking about, man? So they think he joking, like they hanging out. They ain't ready to go. They got the right to leave, but they not ready to go. As the angels telling Lot to leave, he hesitated. So they had to literally like push him out. Like, we gonna save you now. But if it wasn't for that, he probably wouldn't even got saved, man. So that's just crazy how we can almost miss it because we trying to get somebody else to go who don't want to go. The moral of that story, they gotta want it.
As soon as they had brought them out, one of them said, "Flee for your lives. Don't look back and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains or you will be swept away." But Lot said to them, "No, my lords, please. Your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown great kindness to me in sparing my life. But I can't flee to the mountains. This disaster will overtake me and I'll die. Look, here is a town near enough to run to, and it is small. Let me flee to it. It is very small, isn't it? Then my life will be spared." He said to him, "Very well. I will grant this request too. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it." That is why the town was called Zoar. By the time Lot reached Zoar, the sun had risen over the land. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, from the Lord out of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire plain, destroying all those living in the cities, and also the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt.
As the angel done pushed them out, y'all get up out of here. Lot wife, she went to thinking like, we leaving everything we worked hard for. My life savings, my career, my business, my house, my Mercedes Benz, my lifestyle, my friends, my lace front wig, my lashes. Man, she thinking to herself, man, everything I know biked up. She tell Lot, I'm gonna look back to see if it's getting destroyed. Because if it ain't getting destroyed, I'm going back for my Louis Vuitton. I gotta go back for my red bottoms. I gotta make sure that this place getting destroyed because I really don't want to leave, but since we gotta leave, let me make sure, let me just look back. You know, Lot like, babe, the angels ordered us not to look back. And you know how some women be, they getting attitudes. Man, look, man, you always trying to tell me what to do. I'm just making sure, man, that you know what you talking about. I'm just trying to see. I'm not gonna, look back for long. I'm gonna just have a peek. Just chill out and let me do my thing. Stop trying to control me. And then she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. She couldn't even finish her sentence. I think what this verse telling us is when God tell you to do something, when God tell you to go somewhere, don't let people, don't let places, don't let things keep you from reaching your destination. You got to do what God said do. You got to obey. And we got to understand a lot of this stuff we looking back for, a lot of this stuff we care so much about, our careers, our business, our money, our friends, this materialistic stuff, this stuff can destroy us. So when Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, so did Lot's wife. So did Lot's son-in-laws. And out of everybody in the town, they was already spared. All they had to do was leave when the opportunity was right there in front of them. But they ain't want to go. They ain't want to leave. What was behind was more important than what was in front of them. Learn from them. Repent and get out before it's too late.
Early the next morning, Abraham got up and returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain, and he saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham, and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived.
Big God, big blessings, big bait. Excuse me.